Hello and welcome to Penguin TV. It is recorded by George Effelis, aka Whiffy Penguin, and you can follow me on Twitter at Whiffy Penguin. Penguin TV is hosted by PureMTGO.com and sponsored by MTGOTraders.com. Get an 8% discount off all orders over $50 when paying with PayPal or credit card. And you can check out KeepYourGames.com and get an extra 20% off when trading paper for digital. Enjoy the videos. Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Penguin TV. So this week I'm going to be showing you my journey through the Classic Quarter Open from start to finish. I'm recording this after the event, and luckily I was able to make it to the finals with this build of Storm. And I talked about Storm before. I've talked about this build of Storm before. There's only some very minor little tweaks in this deck as opposed to what I showed you about, I want to say like 3 months ago, maybe 4 months ago, when I did the first version of this deck. So recently in Classic, one of the trends is that there are lots of creature decks. And one of the reasons there are so many creature decks is there are new players, and creature decks are affordable. I've been having difficulty winning with Oath of Druids against creatures, and I don't really enjoy playing workshops enough to practice hard enough. So that leaves me with Control that's not Oath of Druids, or Fast Combo. I don't like Dredge, which is usually very good against creature-centric decks, but I do like LED. And so the main reason that I played this deck was that I wanted to say, I can win on turn 1 or 2, can you win before I can? If not, let's go to the next round. I just wanted to go bigger than everyone in the format. Throughout the day, I played against 2 Dredge decks, 2 green-white fish decks, a green-white-blue fish deck, a Gush Control deck, and then Blue Illusions twice. And I've got the Hoff messaging me. Oh, come on with this. So, while I was at work before the event started, I was thinking about what I would want to do when I got back home. And one thing you may notice is that there is no Time Vault and Voltaic Key in the deck. My Tinker is for Blightsteel Colossus in Games 1, and Helm of Obedience in Games 2 if I want to go the Helmline route. But I didn't like Time Vault. There are so many cards in main decks now that just blow up artifacts, and without like being dedicated to it, I don't really want to give the space to it. I dropped Duress for Cabal Therapy because I wanted to be able to recycle my Dark Confidants as well as blow up Forbidden Orchard tokens that Oath of Druids may have given me. There's only a few cards I'm actually worried about when playing with this deck. Mostly it's Force of Will, and if they have the open mana, Spell Pierce. That's why I'm running Mental Misstep. I don't have Force of Will in the deck. There's Lion's Eye Diamond and Dark Confidant with not very much library manipulation, so I don't want to run the risk of revealing Force of Will to Dark Confidant and then having to discard it to Lion's Eye Diamond before I can cast it. Rounding out the disruption, we've got a pair of Hurkyl's Recalls, which I have since changed. They are important versus the workshop deck, but they don't do a whole lot versus anything else. For example, in one of the green-white matches in Game 1, my opponent resolves a Gaddock Teague, and I have to scoop, because these are both Hurkyl's Recalls. And the last new change is the Gitaxian Probe. This, of course, has good synergy with the Cabal Therapy, but it also is just fantastic to play the Do They Have Force of Will game, which is one of my favorite sub-games of Magic. If you've been watching the videos long enough, you've heard me say, let's play the Force of Will game. Sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. That's why it's a fun game. But we've got 5 tutors, which is a little light. We're missing the Imperial Seal. But then we also have 2 Tendrils of Agony. We also have 2 Tendrils of Agony. So we can a little bit more consistently draw it. The land base is 7 hard lands and 8 fetch lands. And we're running the maximum amount of fetch lands to be resistant against workshops and creature decks. If we can lay fetch land, fetch land, fetch land, and then go off, we can beat a draw of 3 wastelands. Whereas we can't do that if we go underground, underground, underground. We have a Mind's Desire. I'm a big fan of Mind's Desire, even in spite of the Dark Confidants. This will let you win games you have no right winning. Let's say in future builds, these Hurkyl's Recalls will be regular bounce spells, but let's say that they have a Leyline of Sanctity down. You can't really beat that. Or if they have Meddling Mage, naming Tinker and Tendrils of Agony, you could Mind's Desire and hardcast Blightsteel. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Mind's Desire, and it is pretty sick when it goes off. Down here in the sideboard, we've got 3 Chain of Vapors, an Echoing Truth, and 2 more Hurkyl's Recalls. This Chain of Vapor and this Echoing Truth throughout the day would get sideboarded in for the Hurkyl's Recalls. I didn't face workshops once throughout the day, so hooray for me dodging the workshop match. The Hurkyl's Recalls would come in against workshop. The Leylines, the Pithing Needle, and the Helm of Obedience would come in against dredge. And sometimes, if I'm feeling saucy, I might sideboard in Leyline and Helm against a combo deck like mine. The City of Traders were theory for the workshop matchup, but I never got to play it, so they just sat in my sideboard. And then the blue bounce spells here came in against lots of other things. So that was it. There's 8 matches to watch. I hope you guys enjoy it. Have a good one.